Now we're in live. Hello, good evening everyone. This is Shobuz Hussain, Managing Director of NSS Solution. Today we are here with one of the top university in Spain, which is UCAM. With us, the honorable chief guest is Michelle Kong. She's from the University of UCAM, and she's going to discuss about the university, the tuition fees, facilities, and also many more. So if you have guys any questions, please join our live session. We already shared the live session, and also you can comment to our Facebook and also in the comment sections. So you'll get your desired destination in Europe, which is very renowned for like South Asian peoples. So now I'm going to pass to our honorable guest to discuss about herself and about the university. Hi, Mr. Kong, how are you doing?
Hi, Mr. Sobers. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
All right, so good evening, everyone. Hola, my name is Michelle, and I am the enrollment advisor for UCAM Spain, and I'm based in the Asia office, which is in Malaysia. So today I'm going to show to you how is it like to study in Spain, particularly in UCAM. So without further ado, let me just continue with my presentation.
Sure.
Right. So first of all, why study in Spain? So usually we Asians, when we think about studying abroad, maybe Spain isn't one of the top destinations in mind, but I'm here to share with you why you should be. So usually when we think about Spain, we think about what? Sports, football, La Liga, food, good to travel, but not so much on studies, right? So here are some of the reasons why we should study in Spain. So first of all, in terms of the culture, Spain is historically rich in culture and all religions friendly. So whenever and wherever you go, you are sure to find a lively ambience, even late into the evening. So if you're looking to study abroad, why not go to a country which is totally different from what you have known back home and explore the different history, the culture that Spain has to offer. The next thing is the affordability. So actually, if you compare it with many other top destinations, for example, in the UK, US, or even Australia, Spain's tuition fees and living costs is relatively more affordable than those countries. In terms of the weather, we have amazing weather up to like 300 days of sunny days in a year. So it's really good for like outdoor activities and good for, let's say, traveling. And when we talk about traveling, there's so much to explore within Spain itself. But because Spain is also part of the Schengen countries, it's easy for you to hop onto a train and travel to a different country in Europe. So in terms of work, so typically this applies across to many other countries as well, whereby students can work part-time, which is up to 20 hours a week during studies and more during the sem break or the summer break. The interesting thing is also students have the opportunity to obtain a 12 months postgraduate job search visa after graduation. So what this visa does is that it allows you to stay in Spain for 12 months, and during which you can search for a job. Once you search for a job, you are able to convert your visa into a working one. And lastly, in terms of language, so Spanish is actually spoken as a mother tongue by more than 470 million people in the world. It's only the second after Chinese. And it's the official language of 21 different countries. Fun fact also, by the year 2050, US is going to be the largest Spanish-speaking country in the world. So if you're looking to study abroad and you want to pick up a different language, Spanish is one of a good choice. So that is all talk, but let me just show you how it looks like when you become a student in Spain, particularly in UCAM. So let me just play this video for you.
Sure, miss. The video, I think the mute. Could you please unmute the video sound?
Sorry, come again. Is the video on?
The video is mute. Could you please unmute the video?
Okay, I think it's unmute already. Let me just try again and see if you're able to listen.
Okay, now I think, could you please,
Every morning you wake
yeah,
up,
now okay.
how much choices you want to make for the day. What are you going to eat for breakfast? What purposes are you going to fulfill? But without a doubt, there are certain questions that come to you as great decisions that will define you forever. Choosing a university to become what you want it to be is one of the most important decisions you've ever made. Getting out of your comfort zone will make you grow as a person and improve yourself daily. It will help you to meet new friends from different countries, to share your experiences, and above all, to continue discovering yourself. This is why thousands of students from all over the world come every year to study at our university, placed in the beautiful city of Lumpur. Our campus is located in the historical monastery of Los Ramos, built and founded in the 17th century. It is one of the most cosmopolitan campuses currently operating in Spain, as well as one of the European universities with the best teaching quality. UCAM has at its disposal several facilities with the greatest innovations concerning technology and science, so you can develop your maximum potential. Murcia, which is located in the southeast, is one of the Spanish cities with the highest number of sunny days per year. Take the next step and start leading your future at UCAM.
Thank you very much, Miss, for sharing the video.
No problem. I hope it gives everyone an idea on, how it looks like when you study in Spain.
So the picture, showing the building, is it UCAM building? Is UCAM the university building?
The UCAM University building, yeah, behind that. Yes, as you can see over here, we had it was back in 2020, if not mistaken, all our international students to take a photo together.
Wow, that's great. So how many international students do you have currently in UCAM?
It's a good question. Let me just share with you some of our facts and figures.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, give me a moment. So let me just share my screen again. Okay, we have quite a large number of students right now. We have we have more than 15,000 students at the moment. It's a mixture of undergraduate and postgraduate students.
Okay, that's great. I think that these are very good numbers instead of in Europe.
Yes, it is of course a really good number because our campus are also really huge. As you can see previously, it's situated in Los Hieronymus Monastery. It has more than 225,000 square meters. So it's really huge.
That's great. Yes, Miss. Please continue your presentations.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Mr. Silvers. So now back into this presentation talking about UCAM. UCAM is actually a private Catholic university in Spain, and it has been established since 1996. So we have about 25 years of teaching excellence in Spain. We have programs ranging from bachelor's to PhDs in various fields that you can choose from. And also our programs are either taught in English or in Spanish. I can show you further later which are the programs that are taught in English. And one thing that I would like to emphasize is that UCAM really has a lot of personalized attention for our students. I will explain about this further later. So back to here, Mr. Sobers. So these are the facts and figures that we have for our students. So as you see here, we have more than 11,000 undergraduate students, about 3,000 masters, and 500 plus doctorate students even. And 11% of these students are international students coming from America, Asia, Africa, and even Europe. So when you study in UCAM, you're going to meet people from different backgrounds, and there is opportunity to expand your international network. Right? Yeah. So UCAM has a lot of programs offered in the campus, and particularly in terms of partnerships with international universities, meaning we have like Erasmus programs or student exchange programs or even partnership programs with more than 450 international universities right now. So it means that whatever UCAM offers is really internationally recognized.
That's great.
So since we started in our first year, we had 600 plus students, but over the course of 25 years, now we have more than 18,000 students. So that is quite an achievement within just 25 years.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So just to share also, we are proud to say that we are ranked one of the world's top universities, and particularly under the Young University category, we are at top 400 universities. So in terms of QS rating system, overall we have 4 stars, but we have 5 stars for internationalization, inclusiveness, as well as teaching. So you can see, rest assured, the teaching quality is really one of the best that UCAM has to offer students. Right? So this is the campus and location. Like you have seen in the video, our campus is actually in the Hieronymus Monastery. It's an 18th century building. So you're really having an European experience studying in UCAM. And it's only like 4 km away from Murcia city. So Murcia itself, just to show you, this is Spain. We are located in Murcia, which is the southeastern part of Spain. It is nearer to the coastal area. It's quite a distance from Madrid and Barcelona, but it is the 7th largest city in Spain. So it receives a lot of tourists, a lot of people who goes to Murcia to enjoy the historic buildings and the city there. So our area is more than 225,000 square meters. It's really huge, and it has a lot of facilities that I will show you later. So it's a really peaceful area with good accessibility to the cities. And nearby, we have the suburbs of Guadalupe. We have our own UCAM Sports Center, and nearby also there is an outlet mall. So it's a really good area or a good campus. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is just some snapshot of UCAM facilities. We have a lot of different programs. We have like pharmacy, medicine, business, food science. That's why we have a lot of different facilities available so that we can ensure that our students really are equipped for better learning. We even have dentistry. Dentistry is conducted in English, and we have our own dental clinic.
Oh,
So
that's great.
yeah,
So who would like to study? Yeah, who would like to study in dental? They can join in here in English.
Yeah, it's in English, and in terms of the pricing, is comparable. I think it's quite affordable as well for a European degree dentistry. So it's something that you could look at if you're interested in dentistry.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. We are not only good in academic, we are also good in sports. So if you've seen our video also, we showed you the UCAM Football Club, UCAM Basketball Club. Basically, UCAM is known as the University of Sports in Spain. Sport
Wow,
is
that's
part
great.
of UCAM's DNA.
So I think there should be a good facility for the students who would like to play sports.
Yes, definitely. I can show you later on as well because we even have sponsored and managed like 21 federated teams. So if let's say anyone is interested in sport and you're interested to join us for the sports program, be it bachelor's or master's, you also have the opportunity to have internships with the good clubs in the La Liga. So there is that kind of opportunity available with UCAM.
Okay, that's correct.
Yeah. So now is the Olympics, right? We actually
Yeah.
have a lot of Olympians in UCAM. Some of them are also representing UCAM, from UCAM representing in the Olympics right now.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So I could see like okay, gold medal and also there are some medals. They also join.
Yes, correct. So because UCAM is known as the University of Sports, that's why these athletes are also with UCAM to pursue their academic part of their section.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and good that you highlighted a bit more on the facilities for sports. So we do have our UCAM Sports Center, we have a stadium, we have a sports palace of Murcia, we also have a gaming house. So there's a lot of facilities available for sports, and even when we have games, we will also send out emails to our students to say, hey, there's a game coming on and there is some discounts on the tickets, would you like to join? So you have all these kind of experience together when you become an UCAM student. So it's pretty unique as compared to many other universities or different countries. Just to share also for the gym, for first year students, the access is also free. So if you like exercising, this is something that you can utilize as well. Okay, so that is about UCAM. So back into talking about how we are emphasizing students' learning. So we believe in person-to-person, face-to-face. What it means is that there are a very small number of students per class, and each student has their own personal tutor. Not many universities have this. So we know that our students are really our priority, and we need to make sure that they are progressing well with their studies here in UCAM. So whenever a student has any issues, they can easily go up to their personal tutor to get guidance. Yeah, and also we have learning in action. What it means is that we bring our students, or we equip our students well to face their career market. So we have various kind of external academic internships in public and private entities. So in terms of our lessons, we have a lot of practicals, we have guaranteed internships, we actually have a department to help our students source for internship placements. Yeah, and if you're also into research, for example, we also have a lot of different research opportunities. So the good thing with UCAM is that we are partnered with best players in the industry. For example, if you're talking about the banking line, we are partnered with Santander to send our students over for internships. For hospitality line, we also have partnerships with, for example, Accor hotels. So we really make sure that our students are well equipped and also have the good relevant industry experience while they are in UCAM. So we have a very strong international focus as well. As I mentioned earlier, we have exchange programs with more than 340 universities around the world. So you, as a UCAM student, you can also apply to do exchange programs, be it in Singapore, Belgium, Chile, Mexico, Argentina. There's a lot to choose from. Okay, so that is about UCAM, our facilities, and what we believe in. So in terms of the programs, these are the programs that we have that I will introduce to you. First of all, in terms of our bachelor's degrees, as you can see on the right here are all the programs that we have. The top here are the programs that we have in English. Although it is limited, but it is good programs that you could really consider if you're looking into a bachelor's degree. We have business administration, which is 7,100 euros a year. Dentistry is 14,400 euros a year. This is a 5-year program, for dentistry. Yeah, we have physical activity and sports science. This is quite popular in our university, also 7,100 euros a year. And we also have psychology, 7,100 euros a year. So these are all 4 years programs except for dentistry. And these are taught in English. But if, for example, you're interested in our Spanish programs, we have a lot more degree programs in Spanish. You could also join these programs by joining first into our Spanish preparatory year. We have a preparatory year, one in Spanish and one in English. So if, let's say, for example, you want to join the Spanish one, you can join 1 year to learn Spanish, to learn the culture and be, accustomed to the country, to Murcia, and then move on into the degree program. Same goes for English. If, let's say, the student's English is not that great, you want to improve your English first before going into the degree program, we also have a preparatory year for that. All right. Okay. In terms of the master's degree, for English programs, we have slightly more selection. We have bilingual education, European Union Studies and Human Rights, MBA, Hospitality Management, Innovation and Tourism Marketing, High Performance Sports, MBA Sports Management, Management of Sports Entities, and Sports Marketing. You would notice that because we are the University of Sports, that's why we have slightly more selections in terms of the sports majors. But essentially, there's a lot of programs to choose from in terms of masters, and they are all a 1-year program.
Okay, that's good. So, Miss, for bilingual education, so is it something, so what they are teaching actually?
For bilingual education, so it is sort of like you'll be learning in Spanish and in English. This is something that is interesting or beneficial for people who are looking to explore into the education sector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understand.
So they have the advantage in learning and also conducting in Spanish and English.
Okay, that's correct. So I think the students who are here to see and who are in live, so they can see what are the programs they are offering in English, and also what are the program offering in Spanish, so they can clarify it, and also the tuition fees. Yeah. Yes, Miss.
Yeah, correct. So all the tuition fees are listed here, particularly for the English programs. As for Spanish, I didn't list every single one here, but on average, it's about 5,000 euros for the ones in Spanish.
That's correct.
All right.
Yes.
So we can pick up questions later in the section, but this is just a general idea for you to understand what kind of programs that we have to offer.
Okay, so would you like to go for a question and answer session now? Because we got quite a good number of questions from our.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Should I go through the rest? Because we also have like entry requirements.
Yeah,
so
that will be
maybe we can
better.
answer.
Processing entry requirement, if you clarify, then it will be better. So the question will
Great.
be easier.
Sure. Just to brief through also, we do have online degrees. These are in master's program. So those who doesn't want to travel, we also have this option. In terms of academic requirements, so I believe a lot of questions will be on this. In terms of entries for bachelors, except for dentistry and pharmacy, we are looking at a minimum of 65% in A levels or HSC. Okay, but if you are looking into dentistry, we also have pharmacy, but this has a higher minimum, it's 75%, and we are looking at math, biology, and chemistry. So what this means, for example, in HSC, if you have at least 3.25 in total, so that is okay for entry as well. If you have slightly lower, you can still send in your academic transcripts to NSS Solution, and we will assess and see how is the performance like, and let you know whether or not you're eligible for entry.
Okay, that's great to know. So, yeah, the students who want to apply for Spain, you can send your documents, then we can send to university for checking eligibility. If you're
Yes,
eligible,
correct.
then only you proceed with the application fees.
Yeah, that's why we have NSS Solution here to assist you in terms of the eligibility checking. So in terms of masters, we are looking at a GPA of 3 out of 4. We are quite flexible with engineering backgrounds. So meaning if you have slightly less than 3, you can still send it in. We will assess accordingly. But if you are interested in like hospitality management, usually we will look at a bachelor's degree that are from tourism, business, law, business science, and economy. And if this is very specific, but if you're into high performance sports, then this one we need a bachelor's degree in sports science or similar. But the rest, it's fine. We can accept from any fields of degree into the program.
Okay, that's great to know.
Okay, great. So language. Okay, language, I think this is also quite asked quite often. What are the requirements? Do I need IELTS? Do I need TOEFL? So it depends. According to our actual situation, we accept IELTS indicator. We also accept Duolingo. But in normal situations, we usually accept IELTS minimum 5.5 to 6. Basically, we're looking at B2 level. Okay. We also have a list. You can also get it from NSS Solution. We have a whole list of English qualifications that we can accept. But also just to share with you in case that the English language was the language that you used during your high school or during your bachelor's degree, we just need a document or a letter stating that English was the medium of instruction.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So the students who graduated or finished their A level, O level, they don't need IELTS. They can apply with the medium instruction English letter.
Yeah, so long you get a letter from your school saying that the medium of instruction was in English, then we can use that to help you waive off the IELTS requirement.
Okay, that's great. So, Miss, your university does accept Duolingo?
Yes, correct. So we currently accept Duolingo as well, because we also know during the current situation, it might be difficult to get IELTS or TOEFL. So it's also possible for you to go for Duolingo.
Okay, Miss, what is the minimum requirement for Duolingo? I mean the score.
That's why we're looking at a minimum of 90 and above.
So I think out of 160, student usually can get 90.
Yeah, I think it's something that is achievable, definitely. But not to worry, we have the list. At any point of time, we can counter check with the list, and you can also counter check with me to see whether we can accept, let's say, borderline cases or not as well.
Okay, alright, sure, Miss.
All right. So this is for English. For Spanish, is pretty similar. We are also looking at a B2 level for Spanish, but like I said, student can start off with our Spanish preparatory year first. So they can study Spanish for a year, experience the Spanish culture and, get accustomed to the country. And they can eventually achieve their B2 level before entering either their bachelor's degree or their master's degree. But to study the Spanish language itself, we are using English as a vehicular language. So a minimum of A2 in English is preferred. We won't ask for any certification for the English, but we will have like an interview session to see what is the English level like.
the student can communicate or not.
Yeah, correct. Because we're gonna teach using English to translate to Spanish. So if they can't understand English, it's gonna be difficult.
So, Miss, what are the like? You say like, okay, they are having English. So if the student doesn't have, if the student wants to study in Spanish, so how much is the cost for first Spanish course?
The Spanish course for 1 year is 5,000 euros.
Okay, so the students have to pay 5,000 before visa applications, or they can pay 50% before visa and after visa 50%.
They can split it to 50% and 50%, but normally I would recommend for students to pay full, because when you go for a visa application, when the embassy sees that you have already paid your fees and you have a good amount to cover your living costs, it's easier for your visa approval.
Okay, that's great. That's great, and also student also I think quite clear for that. So that's why we would like to clear our students and also audience who are watching.
Yes, that's right.
Please continue.
Okay, sure. So that is about entry requirements. And in terms of the admission process, this is how it looks like. First of all, we need to gather the documents. So the documents are here in orange. First, we need a passport copy, just the detail page. Second, we need the academic transcripts. This one would be SSC onwards, or O-level onwards.
I think everyone can take a picture for this like documents they require for applying in Spain. So I think it will be clear for them, so they can keep it safe.
Correct. You can take a picture of this. You can always ask NSS Solution or even ask myself. But this is ultimately the documents that we need to first assess whether or not you're eligible for the program. So once we have that assessed, we will arrange for a personal interview. So this interview is more towards for us to understand about the students more, why they want to study in Spain, why this program, what is their motivation, what are the plans after that. And it's also a session for students to find out more about the program and how it can benefit them. It's a semi-casual kind of interview, so students don't have to be too nervous about it. After that, once we conclude that the documents are good and also the interview is good, we can proceed to something we call online pre-inscription. So this is basically an online registration. We have an online student portal. So students have to go on to that portal to register and also pay for an application fee of 120 euros.
Okay.
All right. So they have to do this step by step. Not to worry. NSS Solution and I will guide you through. So once we receive this application payment and also the documents, we will pass it to the admissions and the faculty to have a look at it. If everything is okay, then we will issue a conditional offer letter. This is step 4, which is the conditional acceptance. Why this is conditional is because we need your documents to be legalized. What does legalized mean? Is that you need to get your documents translated into Spanish and also stamped by 3 different departments. First is the Ministry of Education, then the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and lastly the Embassy of Spain. This is something that we call the Hog Apostille. Many different countries will also require this as a legalization of a document. Okay. So once we have this, then we will give you the official acceptance letter, which you can continue with your visa application. So for visa application, there's a lot of different documents required. You can always refer to NSS Solution for it. But also essentially, I want to highlight that there is a financial requirement as well. So it's best for you to have at least 15,000 euros in your bank statements. They are looking for at least 6 months of bank statement, if I'm not mistaken. You can always clarify this with NSS Solution to assist you with it. So after all this is done, you got your visa approved, you got your documents legalized, then you can come over to Spain where you have to present your original documents to the admissions. I would recommend for you to have certified true copies, not give your original, get certified true copies to pass it over to the admissions team.
I think that would be
Okay.
very.
So this is essentially the overall process. It might look overwhelming at this point of time, but not to worry, we will guide you step by step. All right, is there anything that you would like to add in, Mr. Sobers?
No, no, I don't want to add now because we got a lot of number of questions. So yeah, I want to ask question from that side during that time.
Okay. All right, sure, no problem. Okay, scholarships wise, I guess this is something that a lot of people ask as well.
Exactly.
We have limited scholarships, frankly speaking. We have limited scholarships, and this is based on certain criteria. We are looking at a very high academic excellence, at least 85% and above, and we are looking at the family background in terms of the incomes or the parents' jobs. The scholarship offers from 5 to 15% of the first year of tuition fees, and there is a condition to it. Those students who successfully apply for these scholarships should also work as interns in UCAM on a basis of 25 hours a week. So this is the requirements of scholarship, and you can only apply for it after your application into the program. Okay. So next is talking about living. How is living in Murcia like? So Murcia is a really warm city. There's a lot of friendly people around, and cost of living is relatively lower than other parts of the country or even other parts of Europe. So here you can see what are the average costs for the different items. For example, like rent, if you are sharing in a flat, is about 200 to 300 euros a month. Food is about 200 euros a month, and so on and so forth. So the
almost-
recommended, sorry?
Yeah. So recommended. Yeah, that's one of today one of the student also asked.
Yeah, this is the recommended. With 600 to 800 euros a month, you can live pretty comfortably in Murcia, and the quality of life there is good. Some students can even live with below that, if they know how to cook, if they save up on certain areas. This 600 to 800 is just a ballpark number. All right.
Yes.
So another thing that I would like to cover is student housing. So this is accommodation. So UCAM is actually situated in a city area. So it might be difficult to get certain housing that you want because we don't have an on-campus accommodation. But what we do have is that we engage with Spain student housing. Basically what they do is they understand your criteria, your budget, where you would like to stay, and then they will liaise with you and the landlords to link you up for the accommodation. So they will assist students to find the right accommodation to suit their needs.
Yeah, that's correct. I think, and also I think the students can get the good friends of Spanish friend also. They can join and they can also watch the La Liga.
Yeah, especially La Liga. Yes, a lot of students love that. And Spaniards are known to be very friendly. So it's easy for them to make friends here, to build a good friendship, to even find accommodation together. Yeah, this is something that they can look forward to. Students can look forward to.
That's cool.
Right? So that comes to the end of my presentation. I think that is a lot of questions.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Miss Kong, for your fruitful presentations. I think we can. Now we are going to go through the question that we got from the students. So if you guys have any questions, so you just click how many questions you want to ask. We wanna see today. So yeah, Miss Kong, she is going to replay all your questions. So I think you will get the replay from Miss Kong. She is going to answer all the questions. So Miss, you are
Okay,
going
let
to
me
go
scroll
through
the way
one
up.
by one. Yeah.
All right, so first question that I can see is UCAM a private Catholic university? Yes, it is a private Catholic university, but you don't have to worry much about that, I would say. What it means is just that the teachings that they give are very holistic, they are very student-centric. Yeah.
Okay, that's correct.
May I know if I would like to go from Malaysia to Europe? Can I go? If I'm able to go UCAM for degree program, how much cost do I need? Okay, if you are currently in Malaysia, yes, you can also apply. I'm not sure what is your highest qualification right now. So if you're studying in Malaysia right now, you should get your documents legalized in Malaysia. And it is best for you to apply from your home country. So if anyway you're going back to Bangladesh, for example, you can head on back to Bangladesh and apply from the Embassy of Spain there.
That's good. If the student have visa in Malaysia, so can they apply from Malaysian Spain embassy?
This one is a case-by-case basis because at the moment in Malaysia, they might have a statement stating that it's for Malaysian applicants, but we have to inform them that the student is currently here. If it's based on a situation that student cannot go back, they have to just apply from here. We will need to write into the Embassy of Spain here.
No, there are other other embassies like Hungary and like Sweden, Denmark, German. So they can go from here, from Malaysia. So I think they don't ask any question about that why you apply from here because they study here. So
Yeah. Like I said, right now in the list they have this statement there. So that's why before application, it's best to just put it in, make sure it's fine, and then can proceed from there.
okay, sure, miss. Thank you
Because
very
we
much.
did previously, we also did have a student who studied in Malaysia and did their legalization of documents here, but he went back to Bangladesh to apply it. So it depends on the student situation as well.
That's great to know. So they have one more question.
Eh,
Yeah.
Admission process, I went through that already. Without IELTS, is it possible to apply? Yes, it is possible if your school or your degree or your high school was conducted in English, or if you want to take up other qualifications like TOEFL, Pearson, or even now Duolingo.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
So they have another one. Kaushik Roy.
How many study does this university accept? I'm not too sure what this means. If you could clarify for me, then I can answer your question.
Okay, so he have missed the band score, IELTS band score 6. So his no band is less than 5.5. Can he apply for like master's program?
Yeah, I mean, he can submit it in. Let us see, together with his academic results,
Okay.
then we can assess his eligibility.
Okay, right. Thank you very much. So, Shihabuddin, he asks, okay, without IELTS, is possible to apply for masters?
Sorry, where is this question?
Shihabuddin, after the Shihabuddin.
Without IELTS,
Yeah.
possible for masters. Yeah, same thing also.
Yeah.
It's-
Exactly.
yeah. So generally, if you don't have IELTS, but if let's say your degree was conducted in English, then you need to go back to your university where you got the degree from and ask for a letter whereby it says that the medium of instruction was in English.
Okay, that's correct. So they have Rahela Begum. This is the student's miss. Okay.
Okay. There's any problem. Payment date already expired. I don't think your payment date is expired yet, but no worries. So, send an email to me or through Mr. Sobers here. We will help on your case individually. Don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, Alhamdulillah, I'm good. Shihabuddin, I want to go for bachelor degree. SM calling. So I think
Yeah,
that,
sure. Come.
Okay, Kaushik Roy, why they don't answer of questions. Now we are answering the question. You can ask as many
Yeah.
questions as you want to ask.
Okay, I want
Ali
to go
Hassan.
for master's degree. So long you want to come for a master's degree, just make sure you already have a bachelor's degree. Let's say if you don't have a bachelor's degree, we do have some masters where we look at working experience. These are what we call own title masters. For example, our masters in European Union and human rights.
Mhm.
That is something called own title. The degree is conferred by only UCAM.
Okay. So Miss.
So for those kind of programs, we can sort of see if you have a relevant working experience.
Mhm.
Yeah, if let's say your bachelor degree, the results wasn't that great, we can have a look also at your working experience to sort of like supplement it.
So Miss, you earlier mentioned like the student who would like to apply for master's program, they have to have bachelor GPA 3. I mean CGPA 3 in bachelor. So if the students have like 2.5 or 2.6, can they apply for master's program?
We will look at it case by case basis. Of
Okay.
course, encourage students to always send the documents over, and we will look at it. Not to worry. It's 3.0 is basically a good thing whereby we already know that okay, with 3.0 and above, the chances are great, really up there. But if less than 3, send it over first for our assessment.
So also the Rahela Begum asks, also the Kaushik Roy, maybe he asked that times during that times you are in presentation. We are sorry to wait, to make you wait. So now you can ask your questions. Okay, Rahela Begum, what documents I have to prepare for visa processing? The student asks for what are the documents they have to prepare for the visa processing.
So for visa processing, you need to have all your academic documents legalized. Remember, I talked about the legalization of the documents.
Mhm.
You need to have it legalized. You need to have some medical report. You need to have police report even. You need to have your bank statement, 6 months of bank statement with a minimum of 15,000 euros. That will be great.
Mhm.
There's a whole list of documents that are required. You can send us an email, send us a message, and we can list down for you, so it's easier.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Miss. So there have Kaushik Roy. He also asked, okay, how many study gap does this university accept?
We don't really look at study gaps. So long as part of the documents that we are looking at is your CV, your resume. So write down in there what did you do during your study gap as well. So we just need that kind of justification. It's fine.
Okay, that's correct. So that's correct to know.
Okay, what would be the next question?
Okay, the student asks in Bengali, so I already reply, so no problem. So
Okay.
yeah, the student asks, okay, can he apply by using Duolingo? That I said, okay, just can apply for by using Duolingo.
Then I take my husband with me. Is your husband going to apply as well? So at the moment, no. We are looking because you're gonna apply for a student visa.
Mhm. So when the students can bring his dependent?
This one I'm not too sure. This one let me check and get back to you.
No, I think one of my students he go to like European countries. So after 1 month after 1 month she go there, then she bring her husband.
I see. Because it's different, even though it's part of European Union, but each countries have their own requirements or their own set of rules. So what works for Hungary or Poland or Germany may not work for Spain. So let us get back to you so that we don't give you wrong information.
Okay, thank you very much. So Rahman Alvi, he asks, okay, do UCAM has collaboration with the University of Notre Dame? As University of Notre Dame is an Indian in USA, is a Catholic university. Therefore, Notre Dame University of Bangladesh is also a private Catholic university.
Okay, UCAM actually collaborate with a lot of different universities around the world to have different kind of programs. These kind of programs may be conducted by the partner university and accredited by UCAM. UCAM is not running the program. So for this question, on our website, we do have a section talking about collaborative universities. You can also check over there to see if this particular university is listed.
Okay, thank you very much. So there have another student also asks, can I choose subject myself? Yes, students, yeah, he can choose you can choose your subject yourself.
If you look at our website, you can click into our curriculum. We also do show like which subject is mandatory, which one is optional, and you can click into each one to understand what is taught in the subject.
Okay, this is good.
There's also another one. I have completed my A level in 2018. Can I apply with my study gap since that? Yes, you can.
Okay, so yeah, Miss earlier she mentioned that like there is no issue with the study gap if you have like fruitful explanation later. So it will be help you to avoid your study gap.
Yeah, you definitely need to explain like what you were doing during the period of time. Perhaps you were working, so you can just list it down.
So Kaushik Roy also asks, does this university accept UKVI IELTS?
IELTS, yes, we do accept.
Okay.
There is a list. I'm not too sure if there is a changes in the minimum requirement, but you can submit your documents over to NSS and then we can check for you.
Okay, all right, thank you. And also SM following, he asks, can I choose subject myself? Yes, you can choose your subject yourself.
Okay.
So also I got necessary. Is it necessary to have vaccinated?
If you're vaccinated, that's good. If not, if let's say when you want to travel over, you need to take the test.
And also Rustin Banerjee, he asks, how many intakes for bachelor and master's program, and also the application deadline.
Right. Yeah, I should have covered this. This is one intake a year. Typically, our bachelor's intake starts in September, October, and our master's intake is October, November. So we recommend for you to apply at least 3 months before. The earlier, the better.
Yeah.
Of course, because we need to go through your documents, we need to get your
Document
COL
attestation, yeah.
and everything. Yeah, and visa takes time. Yeah, you need to legalize your documents, you need to apply for visa. So those takes time. So the earlier you apply, the better.
Okay, Iti Akhtar, she asks, I want to study in Spain, Spain University for masters. How process? I complete my bachelor CGPA 3.54 social work 2018. Yeah, this is very good CGPA, I think.
Yeah, it is a good CGPA. So if you're interested, please send all your documents. As I listed previously, your academic documents, your transcripts, send over your passport detail page, your CV, your motivation letter. I mean, Mr. Sobers definitely have a list for you. You can send everything over and we will assess it for you.
And also, Miss Iti, you can go after the video session, you can go at the video session, so you will get the answer for the required documents also. Because Miss Kong, she already explained everything there at the beginning. Can Silicon apply for
September
intake?
So if you're applying for a bachelor's degree, I suggest for you to apply as soon as possible because
the time is very
technically
short.
this month is the deadline. The end of this month is the deadline. At most we can extend like a week because we need to take into account your visa processing. But for masters, we have give or take about half a month to a month time left. But still, if you're interested, always send over your documents first. It's better to be early than be late and miss out the intake. Absolutely.
Okay, Miss. Thank you very much. So I have from the Facebook comment sections, I got few questions. So I'm going to go through the questions. So Miss So please answer our students' questions. So I got a
Sure.
question from MD Ali Jafar. He asks, how much money have to spend for me as a student to study in Spain?
Okay, so it depends on the program that you choose. So the different programs that we have different tuition fees. So that tuition fees plus at least about 10,000 euros to 15,000 euros.
It's depend on the programs. Yeah, I would like to add some things like it's depend on the program. So if you want to apply, so don't wait. The time is very short. You apply as soon as possible. So I got another question from Ahmed Amin Tamim. A student complete his undergraduate in Islamic studies at Bangladesh. What is the requirements for his to apply for masters in Spain?
Depends on which masters he want to go for. He can go for MBA, he can go for bilingual education. Depends on what kind of interest that he has. So long that the bachelor's CGPA is above 3.
Okay, so Miss, the student study in Islamic studies. So will it be any issue for like that is a bilingual education or MBA or the hospitality management? They can apply.
For hospitality management, there might be an issue because they are looking at business, tourism, hospitality background. For MBA, not specific, but it also depends. Like we have to understand what kind of masters are you looking for? Why do you want to study this? And how does it help you in the future? Because we also need to align your career goal together with the program.
So how about the bilingual education?
The bilingual education, yeah. So for this one, they need to study in both languages, English as well as in Spanish. If let's say they have a good Spanish background, or if they want to elevate their Spanish level with our preparatory program first, they can do so.
So I got another question from Sanjida Sarwar Shoi. She asks, what process for Spain study visa and how much long time this visa process and how cost? So I think so I think Miss Kwang, she already explained the tuition fee, the subject they are offering in English, the subject they are offering in Spanish. So I think you can go through our the sessions at the beginning times. So it will be much clear. If you have any more question also, you can contact with us. There have our contact details, even our office details. We are open also in Dhaka, so you can visit our office. No problems. Our representative going to help you. So I got another question is from MD Arif Hossain Sifat. So he finished his SSC 2016, SSC 2018, and now he's doing honors second year. So can he apply for bachelor?
Yes, he can apply for bachelor, but it wouldn't be a credit transfer. So because the syllabus is different, the language is different. So if he comes over for bachelor, it's start from year 1.
Okay, that's great. That's great to know. Okay, I got another question from there. Sanjida Shoi also. She asks, I want to study masters in Spain. What is the process?
What is the process to study masters in Spain?
Yeah, the most common question we got.
Okay, that's good. I mean, so always have your bachelor's degree first. If your bachelor's degree is 3.0 and above, no issues. If it's slightly below 3.0, still send over your documents first for our assessment. You have to send the rest of the documents, which includes your CV, your personal statement, your passport detail page. Send it over so that we can do a complete assessment and then into an interview.
Okay, thank you. And Miss the Kaushik Roy, he sent his documents. I tried to access, but Mr. Roy, you have to give me access to download the documents to see. Okay, so I got SM calling. He also asks, is there any job opportunity?
So in terms of the work experience, the good thing with UCAM is that we have guaranteed internships. We have guaranteed job experience. We have our department that is in charge of helping students get their internships. So there are this kind of opportunities in terms of career expansion. But after that, in terms of job opportunity, our department could assist you in terms of the potential vacancies or opening, but it is up to you and the employer. If you have Spanish background, it helps.
Okay, that's correct. So, Miss, I got another question from Shahabuddin. He asks, I want to study in Spain, University for Masters. How process? I complete my BA honors. CGPA is 3.18. Islamic History and Culture.
Is this the same guy?
No, this is the another result. Previously, yeah,
Okay.
but
So
the subject is quite
same
similar.
thing. Yes, it's same thing as well. Just send in your documents and we will assess for you. Remember to have a look at the programs that we have. We have specific programs in English and also in Spanish. See which one that you want. I understand that most of you would like to choose the one in English. So under English, we have a selection. Have a look at it, see which program that you like best, then you can apply for those.
Okay. Iti Akhtar, she asks, okay, she have 2 babies, can apply student visa.
Meaning you want to study abroad and bring your baby along, am I right to assume so? So this one I'm not too sure. Let me just check. Let us check first, Mr. Sobas, then
Yeah,
get back to her.
sure, Miss.
Yeah.
So I think you can send your documents, then we can track you and we can see your documents either you are eligible or not. After that, the baby is the second part. First, you have to be eligible for yourself. Then, you can process your baby's visa. SM calling, he also asks, is credit transfer possible from BD University? Yeah, Miss earlier she explained the Spain University is quite different than Bangladeshi education system. So they will not accept credit transfer.
Yeah, you either start from year 1 or you complete your bachelor's and then you apply for our master's.
Okay, thank you very much. So Miss SM calling also asks, what is the visa ratio?
So, so long that you fulfill all the requirements that is required for visa, it shouldn't be an issue, especially in terms of your financial statements. And I would also recommend for you to pick up a little bit of Spanish. So, the Duolingo is free, right? For example, it's a free app. You can easily go in and learn a little bit of Spanish. And if, let's say, there's an interview required when they ask you if you know a bit of Spanish, at least you can talk a little bit. It could help.
Can I apply from Poland? So, Miss SM calling, are you living in Poland now? What is the rank of the university?
In THE Young University rankings, we are the top 400 university. For
Okay.
QS ratings, then we are overall 4 stars, but we have 5 stars for teaching, internationalization, and inclusiveness.
Okay, it's great to know, Miss. So, Miss, I have a questions from our student side. So, is there any job opportunity for the student while they are studying, like any part-time job or any they have any limitations that a student can do part-time job 20 hours, like some of the university or country they just allow 20 hours?
Yeah, it's similar. It's up to 20 hours a week and more during your break. And they do have a long summer break, which students can opt to get jobs. There are job opportunities in different areas, but of course, if you have a bit of Spanish, it helps because you're gonna face the locals anyhow. But yes, there are job opportunities available.
So, is the Spanish language is hard for the students to know or learn or adopt?
I wouldn't say that it's hard. Like I myself, I'm also learning it through the app. So it's pretty easy. If let's say you already know English, it's easy for you to learn it.
So how
in terms of the
how the people's react during the if they see foreigner in their area or the street on the so how they are treated? Yeah, they are welcoming or they are a bit rude?
They are generally welcoming. As I mentioned, Spain is full of history and culture. They are all religious friendly. We have students from various parts of Asia in there. We have from Sri Lanka, we have from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India, Malaysia, Indonesia. As you know, we are all also an Islamic country, so not to worry.
Okay, thank you very much. So also I got another question from Ali Hassan. He asked, the IELTS is mandatory for this university?
Not exactly mandatory. If you have TOEFL, you have Duolingo, you have a letter stating that your medium of instruction was in English, we can accept those as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss. I think that's all question we got from the students. So if anyone wants to talk with Miss Kong, so you can talk now with her. So is there anyone want to talk with Miss Kong?
I hope I answered most questions.
Yeah, and also it's quite long questions that the student asks. So if you have
Yeah.
guys any questions or if you need any support to apply or study in Spain, do not hesitate, contact with us. There have our contact address, contact details. We have office in Bangladesh and also in Malaysia. So both side we can help you for the processing these applications and all the paper like arrangement, preparing. So we'll help you to study in Spain and we will guide you from beginning to at the end. So thank you very much, Mr. Kong, for joining our live sessions, and thank you everyone, all the students to join, and thanks for your questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Sobers and the team at NSS Solutions for creating this platform, and thank you everyone who joined in. So if you have any further questions, be it a similar one or not, feel free to let us know. We are here to assist you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.
Have a good evening, everyone. Bye. Take care.